This is Prepper Food for Thought, hosted by Old Helix. Today I'm trying something a little different. Instead of typing, I find that very difficult at times. I'm going to use a tape recorder and transfer it to my computer. But let's get started. I've been thinking a lot about this over the summer, and I think we should do a little review first. One of the things is you see on YouTube and other places that you need all these different guns and you need to do all these different things to be prepared. Well, really, I mean, if there's only one or two of you, what good is having 25 or 30 guns? What you really need to do is go to a shooting range that rents guns, try some different ones out, find one that you're comfortable with, and when you do find that right gun, save up your money and buy it. And then use the money to buy bullets for it so you can practice, or get into reloading so you can reload for your own gun. Now, the same goes for a pistol or a revolver. You know, find the one that you like best and get proficient with it. And as far as storing food goes, you've got to remember you can have the largest stock ever, but you've got to rotate that food, so it wouldn't hurt to put dates on them so that you never have to worry about eventually catching some kind of stomach disorder or whatever, because if things fall apart, doctors and that aren't going to be around. Or they might, who knows. One of the things you could do is get a book on medicinal herbs, and maybe start a little garden with some of those herbs so you can have them handy. And the other thing is it's great to make sure everything's safe and your family's safe and you have a place to go. But remember, that place, excuse me, that place that you're going to go may be known by others too. So keep that in mind if you're planning to store stuff there. Make sure that it's really secure. Now, don't forget to have some fun along the way. I mean, some people I've seen, they get so involved in prepping that they forget to live. And what good is it if you don't enjoy yourself along the way? If you let yourself become completely consumed by being prepared and you start selling off the things you love, or stop doing the things you love to do so that you can buy that other gun or that other thing that you might need or think you need. Now the truth is, really, what are you going to need? How big is your family? That's one thing. Are they old enough to learn to shoot? Great. Get them into an NRA program so they can learn properly. And then take them. Now the other thing is, say that you're one of the people that want to open carry a firearm. That's right, that's your privilege, you know, that's the way you want to do it. But you've got to be ready for police to come and harass you. And they're not really harassing you, they're doing their job. Someone either called them or they saw you walking around with a gun on your hip. Well, I know I'm not a police officer, but if I were and I saw someone walking around with a gun, I'd want to know why. I mean, personally, I've got a permit to carry, and once in a while I do, but I like to keep my gun tucked away so it's not seen, but I can get at it if I want to. And the reason I do this is because I don't want anybody to know that I'm carrying. Because if I get into a situation like I saw on the YouTube, people come in, they see you with a gun, you're going to be the first one they target because you're the one that's the dangerous one. And the other thing is, with carrying a firearm, if you're going to carry it, you've got to have the right mindset. And what I mean by that is, you've got to be prepared to pull the trigger and accept the consequences after. And there could be some. I mean, the perpetrator's family could want to sue you for killing their son or whoever. But if they do, what you can do is countersue for double the money. And that may or may not work, who knows. But it's an idea to keep in the back of your head. But really the point is if you're going to carry, you've got to be prepared to use the gun. If you pull it out and say, "Stop, don't move, I'm going to shoot," the guy's probably going to walk up, grab the gun from you, and beat you with it. So if you're not prepared to go all the way, don't carry. It may be your right to carry, but don't. Get some pepper spray or something like that, and leave it at that. And another thing, don't go into areas that are known to be trouble spots if you can avoid it. Keep your eyes open, look around, be aware of whatever's going around you. And I do that every day that I go out and then I leave the house. I always get out of my truck, I look around to see what's going on, to see who's standing around talking, just to give me an idea of if there's anything going on that I should be aware of. The same in any store or anything like that. Just be aware of what's around you. Keep an eye on your kids. Don't let them go running off, because someone may try to grab them. Excuse me. But other than that, you know, just live life, have fun, be prepared, just like our ancestors did before there were box stores or big stores or places like that. They pretty much grew their own food, did their own canning, and took care of themselves and sewed their own clothes. Well, now we're trying to get back to that as a society. There are a lot of people. Thing is, you know, you don't want to just go around saying, "Hey, look at me, I'm a prepper and I've got all this stuff." It doesn't matter. Most people aren't going to be prepared. But if you go saying, "Hey, you know, look what I got, I've got all this food and I've got this and this and this," well, guess what? They're going to be coming to your door for your food and whatever else they can get from you. So again, if you're not prepared to defend yourself and go all the way, then don't tell anybody what you got. Keep it to yourself. Just be quiet and enjoy it and know that you're prepared. And you might want to look into things like solar power, wind power. There are a lot of different methods out there that you can use to keep your family going and keep power and, you know, keep things fairly normal anyway. And don't forget, if you're stocking up on things, make sure you have your deodorants and your toilet paper and, you know, the essentials like that that you might need. And if you've got kids growing up, especially, you know, girls, there are certain needs that they're going to have as they get older. Other than that, you know, just use common sense. I mean, sure, you can, you know, if you love guns and you love collecting them, fine. Do it. Get a gun safe. Get a couple gun safes if that's what you want. But don't leave them out in the open. You know, camouflage them. Hide them in a corner. Build a wall around them or whatever. You know, just make it look like part of your living arrangement. But if you're doing it just because you see it on YouTube, don't. Because, like I said, 1, 2 guns and a lot of bullets, you know, maybe a shotgun too for close-up work. But you're not going to be able to stand there and shoot, you know, 20, 30 guns at a time. It just ain't going to happen. And you aren't going to have time to grab, you know, all kinds of guns. And as far as zombie apocalypse goes, I mean, please. You know, it's fun to imagine, it's fun to have these scenarios, but really, I don't really think so. There are other things that could happen, though. You know, there could be atomic wars, there could be some type of plague or virus or something that some government releases. There are so many different things. But, you know, please, don't go overboard. I saw one YouTube where the mother was forcing the kids to undress out in the backyard and do decon showering and all that stuff, and, you know, isolating them. And I mean, really, you know, if they're going to be infected by something, probably it's going to be too late to do any decon showers or anything like that. So let your kids, you know, be kids. Let them grow up and have fun. On the other side of it, as they get older, and you'll have to be the judge of this, take and, you know, start explaining things to them that not everything is you know, as nice as you think it is. There are bullies out there. There are gangs out there that'll take things from you and kill you just for looking at them wrong. There are people out there that have their own little groups that hate everything about everybody except themselves. So, you know, as things go along, you got to be aware. And that brings me to the next point. Well, that's it for now. This is Old Helix signing off. Have a good day.